Hi everyone and welcome to this video in which I want to present two products. One of my friends, Roberto from airsoft.ro, was sending me a while ago two products to test, and today I want to show them to you. One has the purpose of training and the other is a self-defense tool. I will start first with the training item. This is the training knife from Red Claw. It's designed by Roberto Risicato. It's made in Italy, and in my opinion it can be a great help in your process of learning knife combat skills. The knife comes with a set of two fiber blades, and I will explain immediately what are these and how we can use it. A screwdriver and some special red ink. I will tell you now what makes this knife, this training item, different from other that you find on the market. Basically, the first most important thing that I was identifying is that it's coming with a holster. You have different kind of tools for training different knives, but what the majority are missing is the holster. I remind you that every time in a real violent encounter, when you will carry a weapon at you, a blade in this case, a knife, you will have it in a concealed carry position. So for that you need a holster, and in your training it's critical that you implement the extraction, the deployment of the blade. Otherwise, if you all the time train with the blade having in your hand and making your drills, you jump one important element. I want to tell you that in tactical combat system, the second important element when we talk about the mindset, the strategy and the tactics for using a knife, it's being able to deploy under stress and pressure factors your blade. So having a holster, it's a very important, strong element for this training tool. The holster can move 360 degrees because it has a special system. You can attach it to your belt in different kind of positions. Appendix position, lateral position, horizontal, vertical. So this is another strong point for this training tool. So as you see in this fast drill, my blade is concealed using the appendix position carry method. Yeah? So you can attach it very easy in this type of position. So in this other drill, my blade using a lateral concealed carry method. So I was attaching to the waistband, to the belt, and I have the jacket that is concealing my blade. So very easy, I can access my blade and I can train also from this position. As you can see now, you can move your holster in the position that you like. If you like to carry your knife in a horizontal position and you like a hammer grip, then you can put it like that. You can put it also on at the back or in whatever position you want and orientate it for what type of grip is suitable for you. Now, this training knife is not good only for solo training, developing some attributes, speed, precision, being able to deploy fast your weapon. It's good also when you work with a training dummy, because it's not existing the risk to destroy the dummy. But the strong point of it is that you can use it for sparring with a partner and different kind of scenarios with partners. It has a special system and can be filled with a special ink, and immediately I will show you the process, and this it will approach your training more close to reality. So guys, how I was saying to you, the knife, the training knife, is coming with 2 fiber blades, a special red ink, and a screwdriver. And now I will show you how you can mount these fiber blades and how you can fill the knife with ink so you can use it in your sparring or different kind of drills and scenarios with partners. The process to fill and refill with ink, it's very simple, and I will show you now first how to change. We have here inside now a plastic blade, like you are seeing now here. This is the fiber blade, and now inside it's a black one, it's a plastic one. So we must change that and attach the fiber one, and then we will fill it with ink. For doing that, we use the screwdriver that is coming in the set, in the kit, and unscrew all the screws that we are seeing here, the fixed screws that we are seeing here. So as you see now, inside we have also a steel blade, a steel metal piece that is transforming and is giving to this training knife a good weight, like a real knife. Inside it was this plastic blade, and this is especially when you work solo training because you don't need to put ink. And we take this aside and we put a fiber one. So it has this special place, or you can go directly on it. And then what we are doing, we are mounting again the blade, putting the screws, and then I will show you how you feel it. I want to underline, not all the time when you train you must unscrew and put a training fiber blade. This you put at one time, and all the time you are feeling it. This is only when it will be very, very damaged. And believe me, I am testing this product for a long time, and with one blade I think I have it for 2 months. I was not changing it. These are new ones, only to show you now how it's making. So now the knife it's again mounted. So what I am doing, I am taking the red ink, I am opening it, and now I have on the knife 2 holes. In the middle one I will put 2 drops, and in the one that is more close to the tip of the knife I am putting 1 drop. So basically I am putting 1, waiting a little bit, 2, waiting, and now 1 I will put in the hole from the front. So now guys, the knife is ready, and I want only to show you what is happening when I have contact with the blade. So basically whenever you are cutting, this means neck, hands, wherever you are making contact and you are cutting your target, and also of course only stabbing, it's letting a mark, so you can see very good what was the pattern of your strikes, of your cuts. And it's amazing, very good for sparring with a partner and making different kind of scenarios. Also when you train alone, solo training, you can make a target, I will show you immediately, and every time when you deploy your blade and you strike, you can also see the precision of your strikes. So if I want to make some solo training, I can use the same system because it's marking my target. I was only putting a white shirt or something that can show you the direction of your strike, and then of course you can use the knife. I have it in the appendix position, and you can use it to strike, to deploy it, to make deployments, and to strike your target in different areas. On the neck, on the lateral, only stabbing. Only if I'm stabbing, it's showing me the mark where I was stabbing. I remind you that in tactical combat system we are using the stabbing method, the penetration, and we are cutting only like ripping method. So if I want to make like that, I can deploy my knife and immediately create my drill. I'm here striking and immediately going back. In a normal position, striking, going back. And if I show you now, I'm only taking the camera so I can show you all the things that you are doing, cutting on the lateral, stabs, doesn't matter what. So if I'm cutting, if I'm stabbing, all the marks are remaining on your target. The knife is made from plastic nylon, fiberglass, strong material. We have this steel inside that is giving weight, and the ink is special. It's very simple to wash with water. It's not remaining on your clothes or your body. Very good product for the ones that they want to increase their skills in using the blade. I will let the link in the description of the video where you can purchase this knife. If you use the code TCS from Tactical Combat System, you will have a discount of 10% for this training tool. The next item that I want to present, it's a unique one in my opinion. This is a Kubotan from Red Claw, designed by Roberto Risicato, made in Italy, and in my opinion it's unique because it has a double role, one of a self-defense tool but also an emergency tool. So this is the Kubotan, guys, with the holster. Basically the Kubotan has a very strong tip, a hardened steel tip, one of the most strongest that I was testing until now. But the double role of this, not only that this tip is transforming this in a very efficient self-defense tool for situations in which you don't need to use deadly force, but also has the role of a glass breaker for emergency situations. This can be a great self-defense tool, and I will show you also some drills with it. This can be a great tool for civilians, but also a great tool for law enforcement or security officers. You can carry your knife, for example, as a civilian for that particular situations in which is requiring the use of deadly force, and also this tool that you can use it in the other situations. The Kubotan has also a metal ring that, especially for law enforcement or security officers, can be used to attach a retention coiled cord, for example. Yeah, I will discuss more when I will show you some drills with it. Another amazing thing is the holster. And again, I want to underline, guys, we have many type of self-defense non-lethal tools, Kubotans or tactical pens, but one of the weak points of them is that you don't have a holster. So it's very hard under pressure and stress factors to deploy that tool from your pocket or other, I don't know, positions where you are having it in that moment. Having a special holster will permit you to deploy the tool very fast, to access it very fast and to use it. The Kubotan is made, and I'm talking here not about the tip, I'm talking about the rest of the Kubotan, is made from reinforced glass fiber, very strong and very resistant material. This tool, it will be very efficient, it's a force multiplier, and in any situation in which it's not requiring use of deadly force, it will be a very good tool. The second thing, we are talking about the holster that I say it's one of the most important strong points of this tool. Having the ability to deploy fast my tool under stress and pressure factors is one of the most important things when we talk about a combat situation. And I want to remind you that in a violent encounter, in a fight, flight or freeze response, because of the adrenaline, many changes will happen in your body. Increasing of the respiration, increasing of the heartbeats, blood is redirected to big groups of muscles, appearance of the tunnel vision, sweatening of the palms. Your brain will not be able anymore to make complex activities like in a relaxed environment, and one of the most important, fine motor skills will not operate at the same level like in a relaxed environment. So I need a support, I need a holster that it will permit me to deploy my tool very fast when I need it. This is a technopolymer modular holster and can be attached to your belt, to your vest, or to other type of equipment that you have on you if you are a law enforcement or security officer, or if you are a civilian, as I said earlier, to your pocket, to your waistband, belt, and so on. So as you can see now in this particular drill, I am using the same position, the appendix position. If I have a knife, I will put it the same there. So I will not force my brain to learn different kind of methods and movements to place that particular weapon there, that particular weapon there. So my weak hand, for example, in this situation, it will make the same movement, taking the shirt, catching very good the shirt, bringing in diagonal and liberate the space of the weapon, and the other hand is going and extracting the tool. If I have a knife, it will happen the same. It's the same process. But of course, that if I want to carry also a knife, and I will show you immediately, I can choose to put my knife in the appendix position in one place. So it will be the same movement. I don't make nothing different, but the tool a little bit with the distance between them, because if I want to access, for example, the non-lethal weapon, the Kubotan in this situation, because maybe I am only in a hand-to-hand type of fight where it's not requiring me to take the blade and to begin to stab my target because he is unarmed, and then I will have a lot of problems, or my multiple aggressors. Yeah, if you have two aggressors but they are unarmed but still they are attacking you, you cannot take the knife to begin to stab them because you will go to prison. Of course, it's depending on the legislation in different countries, in the places where you are living, and this is not my job. My job here is to present you these tools. So if I need a non-lethal weapon, very easy, I can access it from there. I have it in the appendix position, it's concealed, very easy deploying it, very easy to extract it, and now I transform it in a force multiplier. So now I have the both tools. I have the knife and the Kubotan. So if I am in a situation that requires the deployment of the blade because I'm in an ambush and I'm identifying aggressors with weapons and I need to apply deadly force, then I'm using the blade. If I am in a situation that is requiring the use of the non-lethal weapon, I will deploy the Kubotan. My students, or the ones that they are following from a long time my teachings, already are knowing that I am promoting the idea of stabbing with a knife, of penetrating. I am not a big fan of cutting the weapon, so even if I can cut very fast and move my blade, I want to access the shock zones, eye, trachea, heart, kidneys. So that particular shock zones, I can access it only by penetration, by stabbing. Yeah, cuts, I can also incapacitate or eliminate my target, because if you cut an important blood vessel like arteries, for example, carotid artery, axillary artery, subclavian artery, femoral artery, branchial artery, and so on, of course, it's leading to the death of the victim if he's not receiving professional medical care. but that is taking time. He can still fight for a few seconds until he's losing the quantity of blood to go unconscious, and few minutes until he's losing the quantity of blood to die. So we have CCTV camera footages where people that they are stabbed or shot and they are having a massive bleeding, an artery was severed, they are still continuing to fight for different amount of time, depending on many factors. But using shock strikes, like for example stabbing the eye, stabbing the trachea, kidneys, heart, very fast it will stop the aggressor from the initial movement. So I need penetrating, stabbing type of movements. And not only this, but if I'm training myself to cut, to make these movements, and tomorrow I will go in an non-permissive environment, for example, where I'm not allowed them to carry a blade, and I will have another tool like a screwdriver or a tactical pen or something else, a scissor, because I was doing all the time programming my brain to do a particular type of drill, I will perform in the same way under stress or pressure, but only that my screwdriver or my scissor or I don't know what other tool, a tactical pen, it will not cut. It doesn't have that characteristic. It has a pointed tip. So if I'm training all the time to use my tool to penetrate, to stab, means that also when I will have a tool like this, like the Kubotan, I am doing and performing the same motions as I was learning before. With the Kubotan, of course, is not a deadly weapon, so I cannot reach, for example, to strike the heart, to access the heart. I cannot, for example, I don't know, penetrate and access the kidneys, but I can deliver strikes, force multiplier because of this tool, and I will create enough damage to incapacitate somebody if I have the training, the proper training. Of course, a tool without the training doesn't value nothing, so we must also train with it. So I can use this tool to strike, imagine all the bones, face bones, facial bones, teeth, striking soft tissues like the eye, striking to the neck, striking to the trachea. If I'm punching now in the trachea, if I'm giving a punch in the trachea, it will have a particular shock, stopping my target in that moment because of the shock. If I'm using now a Kubotan, it's the same. I will create more shock. I can break that pipe. The same. Imagine this metal reinforced steel hitting on ribs, for example. If I am making different drills and now I'm going towards the face first, going towards the trachea or eye, and then suddenly I'm choosing to go on the lateral, on the ribs, very powerful strikes. 1, 2. I have a shock, powerful strike towards the face, and then a powerful one on the ribs. So on the knife, one of the drills that I am teaching is deploying my blade, going towards a shock zone like the eye or like the trachea, and of course, after receiving, my target is receiving that particular strike, it has the effect of the strike going with the hands towards the trachea, towards the face, and it's liberating my left side of the heart. So if I'm making this, the left side where I can access the heart is remaining free between the rib number 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, intercostal space. With a good length blade I can access the heart. Now I am talking about using deadly force for protecting my life, the ones around me, in different kind of scenarios. So if I am going in that particular place, then I can access the heart, of course, all this weak movement. And again, I want to underline, very easy to show and to make in this environment, relaxed environment with a training dummy that is standing fixed and not moving. In reality, your target will have unpredictable movements. This is the reason why we must all the time implement in our training stress and pressure factor scenarios with partners that they are opposing resistance and not collaborating with us. Here I'm only showing you different principles to understand the use of these tools. So if I was accessing the eye or the trachea, then I was going on the lateral on the heart, of course all this with movement. And because in my training I am doing penetration stabbing techniques with the knife, tomorrow if I need to use the Kubotan for example, I can make the same drill. Here is only an example. Of course we can make many different drills or techniques. I am able to access the heart now with the Kubotan? No. But that zone, the heart, is transforming basically in the ribs. So this metal force multiplier hitting towards the ribs, it will be very painful and it will create a lot of damage. But still first I will go, after deployment, I will go to access the eye, to strike on the eye on trachea, and having that reaction first, then I will insist on other parts of the body. At the knife, I was stabbing, I can stab with a knife and immediately create distance. I am using the Kubotan now because I don't have the knife anymore at me. So I can stab with a knife towards the eye, towards the trachea and the heart and go, or only one strike towards the eye and creating that distance, going from the X immediately, because doesn't matter how fast I am, if I remain in the same place, the human body anatomy is not like in the movies. It will take some time. If I'm missing, for example, a shock zone, he will deliver also his strikes. And my idea is to strike and to create immediately distance to go from there. Now, at the Kubotan, because my target is unarmed and I have the Kubotan in my hand, I will not strike one time and go away. I will use this, like if you imagine, like in boxing, only that I have a force multiplier now in my hand. So if I deploy, I can strike towards there, I can catch now, make grip, for example, on it, and I can continue to deliver strikes, block myself, and continue to access different points on the body and create pain. You can buy this Kubotan from the same website. I left the link in the description of the video, www.airsoft.ro, and if you are using TSC from Tactical Combat System, you will have a discount of 10%. I will show you now, even if I don't have a tactical vest, if you are a law enforcement officer or a security officer, this can be a great tool when you are facing individuals and you need to restrain them, or when you need to use non-lethal methods. So I don't have a tactical vest, but I'm using this bag because I have the possibility to attach it on it. Imagine that if you have the vest, this type of mechanism, immediately I'm showing you, from the modular holster, it will permit you to attach it, to insert it to everything, a vest, a belt, or even a bag in this situation. Yeah. So I was attaching now the Kubotan on the sling of the bag. Of course, you can imagine that it's your vest. You can put it up in a position like this. If you are staying with the hands up on the vest or in an upper position, very easy to take the Kubotan from there. Very easy because you are working and you are already know the moment in which you must apply different kind of techniques using non-lethal equipment, or hand-to-hand combat. You can use it and prepare already yourself. If you are in an ambush and somebody is attacking you with a knife, with something else, of course we don't talk about the Kubotan, we talk about the fire weapon. Yeah, we use the primary weapon. But if I need as a law enforcement officer or security officer to use this, I can already put my hand prepared. I can be with the hand there, so I can extract it immediately and access my target. Of course, if you are a law enforcement officer, you don't strike it when you want to handcuff him with the steel reinforced metal tip in the eye or in the skull, because you'll have problems. We understand this, depending of course on countries and so on. Very good tool, very easy to carry, very easy to deploy. Also as a civilian, also as a law enforcement officer or security, this is a tool that can make a difference, especially when we talk about multiple aggressors and when you need something to multiply, a force multiplier, to equilibrate the balance between you and your targets. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Check out the links in the description of the video, and don't forget that you need knowledge, but you need also tools. And reverse, you need tools, but you need also knowledge. Stay safe and train hard.